So no one told you cereal was gonna be this way. Ba, 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 ba. Why? Why make Friends brand cereal? Well, I'll tell you, it's a Gen X thing. If you've ever seen like Reality Bites or any of those stereotypical Gen X things that came out when we were young, it's always eating kids' cereal even though we're in our 20s, watching cartoons from our youth, ironically because they're so bad they're funny, and that was a thing that we did. Hell, in the 90s, SNL had a joke where they had 30-something cereal, and Friends is the comedy version of 30-something. So now that we Gen Xers are middle-aged, they're still trying to give us nostalgia cereal because they're like, oh, you're the nostalgia cereal generation, haha. Except it's shit we're supposed to be nostalgic for from young adulthood, and it's Friends cereal. And I admit they hooked me, but only on clearance. Only at the clearance price of $2.50 at Walmart, y'all. Let's taste some. Alright, before we taste this, let's take a look at the box. It's vanilla bean latte flavor, apparently, which, yes, very Gen X. That is so us. Let's look at the ingredients. Whole grain wheat. Oh, got you whole grain. Sugar, corn bran, brown sugar syrup, corn syrup, canola and or sunflower oil, salt, natural flavor, vitamin E, mixed tocopherols. And it may contain almond ingredients. That just means they process it on the same thing as honey bunches of oats or whatever. On the back, there's a Friends board game. And it only has one token. It's the game where you're getting the couch up the stairs. So it's not competitive with other players. It's competitive with yourself. You're supposed to do it in less than 30 turns. And, you know, as is typical with these board games, they're not meant for having a die, just in case you're selling it to a family that doesn't own board games. You flip a coin to go 1 or 2 spaces. And then we have all these little quotes going up the stairs, and you got to do it in less than 30 moves. I am not going to play this damn game for you to see if it's possible to do it in 30 moves, but just wanted to show you that. It's not like there's some premium prize inside of the game box, so the freaking couch fake board game is it, y'all. And now it's time for the pouring and the taste test. All right, everybody. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Let's look. Okay, so this kind of fails the first level of Gen X loving kitschy cereals because they're just flakes. They ought to be like little things that are shaped like coffee cups to really scratch that Gen X itch. But, you know, I guess with the brand and all of that, we're trying to be serious and adult too, or something. Who knows? Okay, so there it is. Here's me. We're going to try this shit. All right. Well, there's definitely like a glazed crunch to it. And I'm detecting the note of coffee for sure. So, you know, I haven't had a lot of coffee flavored cereals. Toby. The cat always comes to mooch my cereal, so the fact that he's still doing it is a good sign. It's not repelling him, which would be a big warning, I think. Though really, I think he only wants the milk. There's kind of a toasty quality to the flakes, like they've been cooked a little longer than cornflakes, which you can kind of see by the fact that they're darker. Maintaining the sweetness. Little notes of vanilla in there. The coffee is a stronger note than the vanilla, which, you know, makes for an interesting breakfast. It's certainly a breakfast flavor one. Might have thought you'd do earlier. I don't know. I never had Dunkin' Donuts cereal or whatever. Maybe there's a coffee and donuts cereal like this. I'm going to do a time lapse here and wait till it gets a little soggier, so. Alright, so now it's a little bit later, and they're still preserving the crunch quite well. I think it's because they're practically glazed with syrup here. I would actually rebrand this if I were them. Call it like coffee and donut cereal. Because, I don't know about you, when I think of Friends, I think of, Smelly Cat or, Courtney Cox with a raw turkey on her head. Not appetizing stuff. I know Central Perk is like where they all go, but I don't think of like Starbucks type drinks. I think of them having actual hot coffee, which is, what we used to do. Okay, it's softening up a little bit now. Flakes, they're similar to the flakes in Special K Red Berry in terms of consistency, but they're taking a little longer to dissolve in the lactose-free 2% milk. Hey, Gen X is getting middle-aged. Gen X is getting bad digestion. Not that we didn't always have it because we were terrified of everything. The next stage is to see what the milk tastes like by itself, so I'll hit you back in a moment. Alright, so cereal milk is the last part of this. Cereal milk is like this big thing in our in our generation now. You got like ice cream places that do cereal milk flavor. It's just like, just do cereal flavor. It's a dairy product. The milk will take care of itself. But, Cocoa Krispies, which were called Cocoa Pops in England and Ireland, had that Cockney monkey Cocoa. And you'd be like, Kellogg's Cocoa Pops are so chocolatey, they turn the milk brown. So, this isn't so coffee it turns the milk brown, but let's see how it tastes. Ready? Could it be any more coffee tasting? Yes, it could. But it does have a nice sort of hint of sugary coffee flavor to it. So it's, it's almost like a Frappuccino at the end, which is kind of nice. I did not expect Friends cereal to be as non-sucky as this is. I'm going to give it a mild thumbs up and say, rebrand this sucker. Make it morning coffee and donuts, or, hell, make it, sell it to the competition. Make it Starbucks Frappuccino cereal and advertise it has caffeine in it or something. I don't know if it has caffeine in it, but the coffee flavoring probably has trace amounts. So, if y'all find this on clearance at Walmart, I recommend giving it a shot. Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. You are missed. I don't know what else to say. I really do miss Matthew Perry. I'm not going to miss this cereal, but it's kind of tasty on its own terms. There you go.